These are the first 3 hives to the left of the horizontal. The one closest to the horizontal didn't finish its fondant, but everyone else did, and they look pretty strong. I needed both my hands for the flow hives down there, the doubles, and those things are just overflowing. We're gonna have to split them soon. So after I do them, I'll take a look at the horizontal, see how they did. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever your time zone is. I need to apologize. I'm very, very sorry. I have not kept up on my videos this winter. It's been a crazy winter. It is now springtime at Haven Park Apiary. I've already stuck my head in the hives once, and today is going to be my official get ready for spring chore. So I'm going to turn the camera around and explain what I found after the winter and what we're going to do today. So here are this 1, 2, and the horizontal hive are from the strong nukes from last year. This one here is what I call the small swarm. It's the second swarm that I got. The first one is back at the house in the horizontal deep, double deep. And again, the 2 flow hives at the end were strong nukes from last year, and this one here is a split from my first hive right here. Okay, so what did I find? What did I find when I opened up the hives this spring? I was very, very, very happy. I used the Kloss Hive Dome throughout the winter. I came in probably late December, early part of January to do a temperature check. It was, I think, 30 degrees outside, and I put a temperature probe underneath the Kloss Hive Dome, and I found that it was between 46 and 48 degrees, which means that the honey probably wasn't frozen, it was soft, and what I was seeing was there was condensation dripping down the sides, allowing the bees something to drink, allowing them to do less work to thaw out the honey to consume it. So there was less work and less bee death and less food consumed. And that's exactly what I found. In all of the Langstroth hives, I put them to bed to the winter with 9 frames of honey. They had stopped laying brood, and they had 9 frames of honey. Each one of these Langstroth hives have 6 to 7 frames of honey, and they're already laying brood. The 2 flow hives, I had put brood up top and down bottom because they were going to be my splits this year, and bees being bees, after the brood hatched on the top, they moved everything downstairs, and we had a warm spell at the end of the fall, and they filled the empty frames in the top box with buckwheat honey. So there's no shortage of food. The bees, even today, it's like 48 degrees, and they're buzzing all around, and I'm happy with everything except my trouble hive, which is this right here. This horizontal hive, August, September time, the brood disappeared. I thought I lost my queen, so I tried to re-queen. They killed the queen in the queen box. Come to find out, the original queen was there. She just wasn't laying that much. So I let her go through the winter, and I opened it up the same time I opened the other hives, and full of honey. But no brood, absolutely no brood. Each one of the Langstroth hives have at least 3 frames of brood, probably 50 to 60% full. This one here, no brood, all honey. So my game plan is today, the flow frames are going on, the honey boxes are coming off, and I'm going to take a couple brood frames from those 2 and put it on the new hive at the very end. That's going to be my spring split. We're going to put the queen excluder and first medium super on that split, these two, and this swarm. So they're all going to have a super on, queen excluder, mite treatment, and I've already given them some pollen patties. We're going to get in there, see how well they consumed them, if they consumed them at all, because I'm telling you, they're pulling in pollen, and I'm really not too concerned about feeding them this spring because there's plenty of food. I'm very happy with these bees. So that's the game plan. I've got my friend Garrett coming down, and he's going to give me a hand. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's going to be a good spring and a good harvest this fall, but we'll see. So I'm going to go get geared up. I've got all my equipment. I've got the flow frames, the 2 flow frame box supers, and the queen excluders. I've got extra deep frames with foundation. Inside the new hive, I've got 4 frames of full capped honey on better comb frames. I'm going to put in 2 or 3 frames of brood and probably give them a frame of old brood comb from last year and see what happens. But as you can see, it's starting to warm, and look at this. It's not even 50 degrees yet, but these guys are going gangbusters. I've got guardians on all of them except the flow hives. The flow hives have beetle blockers, but the bees are coming out, they're warmed up, and they're ready to go. It's going to be an awesome spring. So let me get geared up, wait till Garrett gets here, and we will videotape what we're going to do. Okay guys, so Garrett's going to take the hive dome off. We're going to do a quick inspection, put some mite treatment in there, and add medium super. Those are the hive domes I was telling you about this winter. You've seen the other video. I've already been here once. They've got some pollen patties. They're starting to eat the pollen. Now this hive wasn't the strongest, but it was a split from our first hive, and I thought it was not going to make it, and then it surprised me and came back. You can see down in here that there's a good amount of bees down in between the frames. Not like the others, but you can see them, they're coming up here. Good time for spring. We'll scrape off all that burr comb and then do a quick inspection, see what the brood looks like. And now this was a food frame from the winter, and they're just starting to lay a little bit up here.
There's some right there, yeah.
So we got, let me see.
Right there.
If you look in here, let's see if I catch it on the camera. Yep. Eggs and some larvae. Go ahead and set it down right next to the hive. And we'll pull a second one out. See if you move them around, see if we can see brood before we pull it up. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Nice little pattern for the spring. Looks good.
Yep, got some eggs in there. So
Okay, hold it back a little bit. Look at that. You see the boss at all?
Oh, right there.
Where? Oh, there she is. And she's nibbled off her paint. Sneaky. All right, so we've seen the queen. Let's stick it back in there. That's a good thing. We got a nice healthy queen. She's nice and big.
Want a marker?
No. She's started to lay. Gonna have to move that. Awesome. Okay, so because of our situation here, we're gonna put a super on early, but that's okay. This way we don't have to worry about an explosion, and we're gonna put the extended release oxalic acid pads on there. Put a queen excluder. No, use the bamboo queen excluder. This is the bamboo queen excluder that came with these hives. I really like them a lot. Just they're hard to clean in the winter. And medium super with foundation. Put the hive dome back on. Hive dome definitely in the springtime gives you a quick vantage point. So before you break it open, you can peek in there and see their activity. Medium to just cover it over, and the cover. Easy peasy. Spring hive done. We've done this one, and we've already done these three down here. We're going to do the flow hives next. We'll do the first one, I'll video the second one. Okay, so we've completed the first hive over here, and we put the flow super on it. But what we did was we pulled out some nurse bees and 2 frames of capped and uncapped brood, and they're going to take care of those bees. We're going to do the same thing here with this one, and then we'll tighten this up, and tomorrow I will introduce a mated queen. I was going to show you the whole step, but I don't have my tripod with me, and we kind of need 4 hands here. So I'll catch up with this after this one is done. Okay, so we're all done. Next time I'll bring my tripod stand. Here's the new colony. It's got a lot of brood, a lot of nurse bees. These 2, the flow hives, have been installed. They're blowing up with brood. The horizontal hive, the horizontal hive, try it again. The horizontal hive, I'm gonna have to get another queen for. So there's 2 queens, one for that one for that. We'll put them in tomorrow. Add with that. Don't forget, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
The next day.
Hey guys, okay, I guess it's good morning. It's 2 days later, and I needed to requeen the horizontal hive and add a queen to the new split we put together. So here's the queen. I don't know if you can tell because of the shade. She's marked for yellow for this year, and we are going to place it underneath the queen excluder in this hive, which still looks to be pretty active in there. So I'm gonna put this, open the hive up, put it down, and hopefully you'll be able to see how we place the queen. In the box, you want to pull out the plug so it's the sugar exposed, and place it in so it's up, but down in the hive a little bit so they can become friendly with her and accept her, and then they'll eat through the sugar. So let's see what happens. So you can see they're in there nice and happy. They're queenless. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a space right here. And we're going to put the queen in here. So I'm going to set this down so you can watch while I'm doing this. Okay, so since I've got 10 frames in here, it's really tight. I'm going to leave it. Well, you see them, they're starting to come up, and they're going to try to introduce themselves to her. I'm going to put the cover back on, and we'll come back in a little while and see how things are working out with these guys. Okay, so here I'm at my horizontal hive again. Like I told you earlier in this video, for some reason they have there's no brood in here. I've looked for the queen, I have not seen her. So what I've decided to do is, this is the second time I'm going to try to requeen this hive. So here's their queen, new queen, and I have to take that plug out, and then I'm going to place her in the frames in here. So I'm going to try to set up my phone so you can watch, and we'll go from there. Let's see how we are one-handed. Population in here is really good. Now what I'll do is I'm going to try to spread enough room in between these frames so I can put the queen box. And still need a little bit more room. Alright, let me put the phone down for a second. Okay, so what I've done is I have put it in the frame here, recessed it a little bit, made an opening on the other one, and we'll slide it in there, and hopefully they will like her and accept her into the hive. We'll see what happens. As you can see, it's down there and they have access to her, so now they'll just have to get to know her and then let her out of the queen box. So we've closed it all up, and we'll come back either later today or tomorrow. We'll take a look at it and we'll see if they've accepted her. We'll check both the colonies. So with that, I look forward to talking to you again, and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time. Okay guys, so it's about 4 hours later. I stopped back to the apiary because I have to drop off another bee colony, and I wanted to take a look and see if the bees inside with the new queen cage were interested. So let's see what they did. We're going to open up and look at that. They're all over the queen cage, getting to know each other, and it looks positive. I don't know if you could tell by the video, but I can see them. They look like they've tried to feed her. That's awesome. So we're going to give them 4 days, and if they haven't eaten the candy out by that time, I'm going to free release her. So that's good to see. All right.